Hello, my name is Ivan Shabomwe with my partner.
Alice Tumukunde.
We are students from Kepler University program, and we are going to reflect about the novel which is called No Longer at Ease, whereby we saw the main character was Obi, and in this novel we saw that Obi was in love with Clara, and at the end Obi by accidentally pregnanted Clara. After that had happened, what they opted for was abortion. So in this conversation that we are having, we are talking about the motion which says, should abortion be legalized? If yes, why? And if no, why not? So first of all, we are going to talk about the views which supports abortion. And my partner who supports abortion is going to give her views according to what the novel, according to what happened in the novel and what he knows that happens in real life about abortion.
By talking about abortion, I'll start first defining what abortion is. Abortion is the removal of unwanted baby because of some reason that a person may have. So, coming to the point that we'll be talking about in this debate is that the first thing is that unwanted pregnancy increases the government expenditure. That means the government spends more on those girls who give birth. The second thing is that when there is unwanted pregnancy, it increases girls who go out. So that means it increases the number of girls who are uneducated. Coming back to the first point that says that unwanted pregnancy increases the government expenditure, I'll give some examples, maybe in Rwanda or any other countries. You find so many children on the street, mainly in Africa. We find so many children on the street. And those children, sometimes you find, if you ask them, the reason they'll give you is that maybe their parents have thrown them on the street. Others don't know their parents because of some reasons. So you see, those children give a hard time to the government because the government works so hard just to find something that they can give to those children. Or maybe for some cases, they even imprison them because of their behaviors. They didn't get the love from their parents. So I think instead of raising a child like that, making him or her going on the street, I think abortion should be legalized for those children to be saved. The second thing that I'll be talking about is that unwanted pregnancy increases the number of girls who go out of school. Um, I think it's not only common in Rwanda, even maybe in Uganda, I've heard some stories. So when these girls get unwanted pregnancy, they just go out of the school because they are not allowed to be in school when they are pregnant. And you know, coming to the examples, it's not only that you can say that maybe those girls are in secondary school, even university. You know, here at Kepler, they don't make you go out of school, but they give you some time to be out of school so that you can be fine. So I think instead of girls going out of schools or maybe spending that much time without studying, abortion should be regularized so that those girls can do what they are supposed to do in the real time. Yeah.
Okay, talking about the points or the views that oppose abortion, I may first refer to what my partner said as the meaning of abortion. She started by saying that abortion is the removal of the baby. So when you reflect on that, that means that abortion is the same as murder. And according to the Ten Commandments of God, the seventh commandment says, "Do not murder." So when you say it's good to abort, that means you've killed, and that means you are against one of the 10 commandments of God. And as we all know that we should not all murder if we put it in real life. The second point that I may say is that abortion may lead to death. This is to say that if it is done by people who are not experienced, like the traditional herbalists and use of pills, it can lead to death. And this, we've seen many cases of death happening all over the world, especially in African countries, where girls, especially secondary schools students, tend to abort, and in doing so, they end up dying. So I would really not recommend girls to abort because it's very dangerous. The third point that I may give is that abortion may lead to failure of the girl to produce completely. This is because when she's going to abort and by accidentally the uterus goes out, that means she will never and never produce again because she will not be having the uterus that is used to hold the baby. The fourth point is that the fourth point is that abortion may lead to severe and physical pain, especially if the person who is aborting completely brings blood. So that means that she will take time to regain that blood that she will have lost. So I'm going to give my partner the opportunity to refute on what I've said in opposing abortion, and then after I'll also refute her about the points that she gave while supporting abortion.
Well, thank you, Ivan. You were talking about the points, and the first thing that you said is about the verse in the Bible that said we shouldn't murder. And I would first talk about the way you defined the emotion as I defined it. I think for me, when I started, I said that abortion is the removal of unwanted baby because of some reason that person may have. But for you, when you came, you just say that it's the removal of a baby. It's not any baby, because if I'm a wife to you, I will not abort just because we are partners, so I don't have to do it. So abortion is the removal of unwanted babies. So coming to the first point, that you shouldn't murder as it is written in the Bible, the way I would say it is that you say that just because you're a Christian, or maybe your country relies on Christianity. But then if they legalize this abortion, it doesn't mean that it is a must for girls who get unwanted pregnancy to abort. Let those girls who are not Christians, who believe that abortion can be done, let them do it. But those Christians, let them not do it because it's what they believe. So the second thing is that you said that it leads to death. And you talked about going to the herbalist. You know, the reason why those girls to those herbalists is because they don't know any other ways that they can do it. But then if the government should allow that to happen, should allow abortion to be legalized, I think it will be in a good process. For example, you can take Lara. You know, like they went to the doctor peacefully, give the money to the doctor, and the process went well. They didn't tell us that she died or something bad happened to her. And so that's why I would suggest that abortion can be legalized so that it can stop death to those girls who go to herbalists or use other things like taking body lotions. So the third thing you said is that it is the removed uterus, which can maybe lead to other problems or not giving birth. or for the next time. So I think you're just saying this because of maybe you don't have so much knowledge about this, but there are so many ways that they can use to abort, but not removing the uterus. So I think you can do further research about that or approach me after the debate. And the last thing that you said is that there is physical pain because the mother has done that, and that is also tied to how it leads to death. They get those physical pain because it has been done in a wrong way. They don't use the good processes. So I think government should legalize abortion so that all those things can be removed as consequences.
Yeah, thank you. So to answer your first question, it's like you said, removal of unwanted baby. And in this world, I don't think there is any baby who is unwanted. Because we've seen cases whereby people who are produced uh, by girls while still young, they are becoming ministers and they are becoming important people. Then the second question that you talked about was about Kilala and the Obi. You see, the reason that's why I said it is the same. Remember, when you reflect back on the novel, they said they approached the first doctor, and the first doctor refused it and said, it is a sin. I can't do it. And when they approached the second one, though he did it, but when Obi would come to see Clara in the hospital, Clara would feel ashamed and turn his head facing the wall, not to see Obi. And that shows that they did it, but it was a sin. Otherwise, in conclusion, abortion should not be legalized because really, when you put it in the real world, it is a sin and it is a total sin. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you.